Episode 910, Know You to Be Loved.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Staring at a stop sign, watching people drive by.
Happy day. I hope you're having a fabulous weekend, enjoying the weather and getting some time just to be you and just kind of just chilling, right? We all need our chill time. Well, today it's all about relationship builders, and we're talking about Know You to Be Loved. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com, where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple Strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, we've been talking a lot these past few Saturdays, maybe it's been a couple months now, where we're talking about relationship builders, those building blocks to building a strong foundation. We can't have a strong marriage without a strong foundation. The exciting, exhilarating part in a marriage is doing life together. Did you ever think about it that way? Oh, maybe. Maybe if you're 25 years into it, you're like, I could have done a lot of other things better. But no, truly, it is about doing life together. And to do life together well, you need to know you to be loved. Wow, really? I have to know me to be loved? Think about this. When you were dating, it was fun to discover the intricacies of your partner, right? It was like a treasure hunt with every text or phone call or date. Now, when we were dating, we didn't have texting. It was the old-fashioned letter writing. And phone calls were still expensive that we would only call on the weekends, and it was one call because it was 10 cents a minute. And we would have a limited time that our parents would allow us to chat. We didn't make enough money because the money that we made, we had to save so we could continue to go to college because I met my baby in college. Well, when you think about all this, it was fun, right? Because I would get that letter, and he was so good at writing letters. And he would write me 3 and 4 and 5 page letters. And he would write them, and he would send them like every other day, and it was awesome. So you like to learn when you're dating. There's something about it. It's the ooh, the ah, the unknown. It's a treasure hunt, right? And with each and every thing you discover, a little pebble is like this diamond, or it's a ruby, or it's an emerald. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. But what happens after marriage? You get too settled. You get too comfortable. You no longer have to work to find the treasure because you own the prize. Womp, womp. You do. You think, but I don't have to do anything. Why do you think we have weight gain right after marriage? Okay, maybe not like in the first 2 weeks of marriage, but in the first 2 to 5 years, weight gain. Some of that, women, yes, it's because we have babies, and naturally we're going to gain weight. We do lose it a little bit, and some of us go all the way back, but the more babies we have, it just depends on your makeup, right? Genetics, how your lifestyle is, et cetera, et cetera. But what happens? What do I mean by this? We let our guard down. We no longer have to put our best foot forward because we've already said we do. We're already in it together. We're doing life together. So I own the prize. I don't need to work at it anymore. I don't have to search for that treasure because it's mine. Now, don't get crazy upset. We all let our guard down, and then the attic is finally open. The treasure discovered is the trash no one wants. What? Yes. We all have it. We're not perfect. We all have skeletons in the closet, but I prefer to say the attic. Why? Because the attic, no one wants to go in the attic. I'll go into a closet any day, even my linen closet. Yes, it's now cleaned out. It looks great. That's because we're moving and I had to clean it out. But a general closet I'll go into. The attic, well, okay, I don't go in my attic now because we have a basement, and so I have storage in the basement. But if I did have to go in the attic, that's sometimes creepy crawly. That's where you don't go all the time unless if it's climate controlled. And if it's a climate controlled attic, man, you're going to be up there and using it as a room. So I call it the attic. And we all have it, right? We're not perfect. We all have the trash that's hidden. And sometimes we'll get it out. We want to dust it off and maybe, figure it out a little bit. But most of the time we keep it sunken in that good old chest, and we keep it locked as tight as we can. Then we put things in front of it, hoping that no one's going to find it. But the problem is, as life happens, we keep burying stuff there, and it becomes this like bomb. It's a ticking time bomb. And as you continue to pack stuff in and around it, every once in a while it may have little explosions here and there. Maybe like a little sparkler. Bloop. Just kind of goes off. No big deal. Doesn't spark the radar or anything. But man, one day something happens and then everything explodes. It's horrible. What do? We all have that trash. But we don't want anybody ever to find it. In order to do life together well, you need to know you to be loved. Do you know you? Do you know your trash and your treasure? Because you have both. I have trash and treasure. Lots of it in both counts. Trash and treasure. I got lots of it. However, the reflection that shines brighter is what's seen. So what's being reflected? What's being reflected to your partner? Is it what you see or is what they see? Because that's a tough question. You know, we think we're hiding our trash, but in actuality, we're kind of letting it all hang out. We see ourselves through rose-colored glasses, but when your spouse sees you, it's in the natural glasses. Nothing can be hidden. And that's a hard wake-up call. Because while we were dating, we hid it. They're not going to go up in the attic. They're not going to dig that deep. But then all of a sudden, we do happens. You're married. 2 years go by and a question comes up. And they begin to dig a little bit deeper. Trash is unburied. Or sometimes they just discover it themselves. We think we're hiding things, but we really aren't. They can see through us because we see ourselves through our rose-colored glasses. And boy, I'm telling you, when I put on my rose-colored glasses, I look awesome. And I would love to live life in my rose-colored glasses all the time. But I've got to be real. And being real is knowing your trash and your treasure. And you know what? It's hard to look at yourself like this. Maybe it makes you more than uncomfortable. You know, it could be more than that feeling of a pit in your stomach. Like, I don't want to go down that road by myself. You don't have to. If you click on the link, Take Aim in the show notes, you have a complimentary coaching call with me. You and I get to chat about whatever you need right now in your life. And maybe it's knowing you to be loved. Maybe that's a topic of conversation. Whatever it is, click on that link. That will begin our conversation so we can set up a time to chat. But before we get there, I got to give you a kiss. The kiss, the Keep It Simple strategy is think, think, think. It's my Pooh Bear. I love Pooh Bear. Think, think, think. He's my matter-of-fact bear. He tells it like it is. You know, honey is sweet. I like honey. I can't do his voice because I'm not good at imitations. You know, if I got on America's Got Talent, I would be booed and X'd off the stage immediately. So I will not hurt your ears with Pooh Bear's imitations. But it is think, think, think. And I want you to think. Think about these 5 questions. Number 1, what do you think you're hiding? What do you think you're hiding? Because in actuality, you're not hiding anything. You really aren't. You just aren't talking about it. You haven't wrestled with it because you don't want to. I get it. But at some point in your life, you're going to have to come to grips with it. Or it's going to hurt you and something's going to explode and you're going to lose a lot of something. And I don't want you there. So ask yourself, what do you think you're hiding? Number 2, what frustrates you? If something frustrates you, then you need to then look at it internally and say, ooh, do I exude this? Is this something that I put off in my life, that I do, whether it's an action, an emotion, whatever. So maybe someone's easily angered, okay? That got to me. Hello, reflection. I was a one, many, okay, so I still have an anger. You're always getting better. And I can say, yes, I blow up once in a while. It drives me batty. Because sometimes I feel like I have to do everybody else's job because no one will do their job. And I kind of get tired of having to be the master of all trades. But that's for another episode. But quite frankly, it frustrates me. Well, you know what? look in the mirror, Christiane. Yeah. If that frustrates me about someone else, who do you think? It's me too. So what frustrates you? Most likely you've got some attachment there. Something is the same for you and what you see in somebody else. It's kind of weird, I know, kind of freaky, but you need to ask that question. And it's not going to be fun to answer it. Think about it on a walk or run. Or if you're, lifting weights, that's a great time to think about that question. What frustrates you? Because you can get rid of that energy as you think about it. Because you're going to want to go back and say, I don't like that answer. No, you're not going to like them, but you need to face it. Number 3, what are your strengths? And I want you to ask yourself that, and then after you've gone through all your questions, and you can ask your partner the same question. What are my strengths? Ask them that question. Say, what do you see, hun, in me as in my strengths? What are my strengths? What do you see? Okay, number 4, where do you fall short? Oh, really? No, I don't want to answer that question. No, you got to answer that question. Where do you fall short? Now, for me, it's definitely in height. I am as short as they come. Okay, I'm not that short. I am over 5 feet, but I'm still short. And I wish God would have given me 2 more inches. I say it probably about every 2.5 weeks. I kid you not. That why didn't he give me more height? But that's not where I'm talking about. Where do you fall short? What I'm talking about is, why didn't I have prettier, longer hair, thicker hair? Why didn't I have bigger eyes or those luscious lips? Or maybe I was thinner. Why couldn't I be, a little bit taller? Or why didn't I have music as my talent and my gift? Why can't I just pick up the guitar and start playing? Why don't I have the voice of an angel? Whatever it is, where do you fall short? Answer that question. Because you answered it when you were a teenager. You just didn't really answer it. Everybody else answered it for you. It's amazing where you look at yourself and then ask your partner, where do you think I fall short, honey? Now, understand this. When you ask your partner these questions, there is to be no response from you except thank you and walk away. Because then you need to chew on it. You don't need to hound him. If you want an explanation, that's fine. But don't sit there and say, I can't believe you think that. Because that's just going to get you into trouble, and then that's going to lead us to another episode. We don't want that. This is gathering information. Hence, Pooh Bear. Think, think, think. That's what we're doing here. It's not speak, speak, speak. We're listening. We're thinking. This is internalizing. Okay? That's why I also say don't do it by yourself. Click on the link, take aim, and let me help you with it. Okay? So where do you fall short? Ask yourself that. Ask your partner that. And number 5, what do you love most about you? This question was left to the very end because, I wanted to end on a happy note, a positive note. What do you love most about you? And then guess what? Yes, ask your partner the same thing. Honey, what do you love most about me? Now understand, in asking these 3 questions of your partner, be prepared that they're going to ask those same 3 questions to you about them. So if you're asking your husband, what do you think my strengths are? And he tells you, then he may say, I just told you. Well, what do you think my strengths are? I'm just preparing you because that's just open dialogue, and that's a good thing. So just kind of put that in the back of your mind. Remember, it's think, think, think. And again, when you ask these questions and your partner answers, are you going to reply anything? Yes. Thank you. That's it. Because you need to take it, and I don't want you to be defensive. I used to get really defensive. I did. And I was like, how dare you say that? Or I would have never thought that. Or are you kidding me? And I would sit here and I would internalize it. And then I would talk about it out loud. And then I would sing about it in the shower. And then, now I just get to talk to you about it. But the thing is we get wrapped up in it. The thing is, no, use it as a teachable moment. Understand, know you to be loved. That's what we're talking about here today. This is understanding who you are as others see you. And it's the one that you love the most that you want to know what they're thinking. And they see things what? Through the natural glasses. You're wearing those beautiful rosebud ones, and you look awesome all the time. That's why sometimes we have to ask somebody else and say, what do you see in me? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Because the attic can't be hidden all the time. That chest can't be locked and bolted and chained forever. Being real is knowing your trash and treasure. Being real is being vulnerable, knowing you. Know you to be loved. You're absolutely an incredible person. God created you on purpose for a purpose. Now it's your turn to begin to rediscover that, to uncover, to go on a treasure hunt of knowing you, know you to be loved. So go out this weekend and treasure hunt on yourself. How cool. Go discover those rubies and diamonds and emeralds and maybe even the pebbles that mean nothing. But you know what? It's still something, and it's you, and you matter. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, love, and lots of hugs. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life, and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.